right, this is part two. Because I ran out of space. It said my maximum was reached on that last one. But getting back to what I was saying about you are the Ark. This is part two of you are the Ark. It's Mickey. But Nicodemus was like I said, he was a teacher of the law. You know, it's see, we don't understand or liken it unto today's situations, because the teachers of the law were the Democrats and the Republicans of old, which are today. You understand? These are the people who, cause remember, they make bills, they make the laws, they do all of these things. Nancy Pelosi. Man, these folks are dumb. And when Mickey say you dumb, look, I'm not trying to down you. I don't want to down no one by calling them dumb. But when I say you're dumb, because when I grew up, my grandmother taught me this. When I say you're dumb, that means you ought to know better. Like, you ought to know better. You know better than that. You know what I mean? Saying the like AOC. Come on, man. She dumb. Just like Joe Biden, dumb. He told all the stuff that he did to the crowd. Like when he extorted the Ukraine, he told it to a crowd. Dumb. Extorted them folks. Said, I told Poroshenko that if he didn't fire Shokin and get somebody in there who could do a better job, because remember Victor Shokin was doing that investigation on Burisma Holdings, and he was going to expose Joe Biden and Hunter Biden and all of them folks, man. And man, Joe, oh man, come on, he didn't want to see that. He was like, oh, we got to get him out of here. And Barack was behind that. Yeah. What we need to do is let Victor Shokin know that we're not playing. Okay, we are a part of Satan's crew, and we're going to send some devils and demons over there to him. And that, man, Barack was the worst, but Joe Biden told a crowd of people this, and we got somebody in there solid after they fired him. But they got somebody in who wasn't going to continue on with the investigation. And see, because the investigation was going to expose, first of all, Hunter Biden, who ain't had no experience. Yeah, Hunter ain't have no experience. Got that $1.5 billion contract, and Joe was getting that bread too, man. I'm telling you. Remember Hunter rode on Air Force One. Man, people sleep. The Leviathan spell got you, man. And you sitting up here supporting Joe Biden. Man, Donald Trump is pro-life. I don't care what y'all think. He's talking about he a racist and all that. When somebody is for life, when somebody wants you to live, they ain't racist. They might don't like you as a person, like or you know, so they might have a bad run-in with like a Negro, but they ain't trying to kill you. The racists, they killing you. Hillary Clinton, Bill Clinton, Joe Biden, they killing you. They killing us. Where do you stay? They killing us. Yes, the Roman sect. Yes, that's the Democratic Party. They are the Romans. Yes, the Romans. They do what Caesar says. Caesar is the mammon god. Yes. Remember, Jesus told them folk. Man, Jesus be teaching so much, man. Jesus be dropping jewels. I'm talking about priceless gemstones. He told them folk. He said, remember when the woman was, the other one, when he said, as far as that was paying the taxes or whatever, or giving unto God what is God's. Remember when the dude asked, he was like, he wanted to do something. How'd it go? But anyway, Jesus told him, show me a denarius. Whose inscription is it on there? And he said, Caesar. He said, well, give unto Caesar what is Caesar, and give unto God what is God's. In other words, he's saying, like, God owns everything. God is everything. First of all, he owns everything. But if you want to worship and idolize the money, you do it. You do it, and you'll see what the end thereof lies in. Remember, because when he his disciples was, this is what I was thinking of. When the old widow, the poor lady, when they were up there giving their taxes and tithes or offerings or whatever, and the Democrats and the Pharisees and the Sadducees was over there giving all that money, and it looked like a lot, and Jesus told his disciples, look, the Pharisees and Sadducees are giving all of their coin, and it looks like a lot, but they make more than what you see. And the old lady went over there and gave half of a penny, like a denarius or 2 denarius. It was like half of a penny, but it was all she had. And Jesus told his disciples, he said, see, the woman, she just gave what looks like nothing, but it was all she had. And God is going to multiply it. You know what I mean? And you know, but that's how it is. Like, people don't understand. Like, when you give unto God what is God's, which is you, present your bodies a living. And Paul told this to the Romans, because the Democratic Party is the Roman sect. They are the Romans, and see, you got to understand. I don't want to even say it is the Democratic Party, but it's a mindset. It's a mindset, because Sandy Graham, man, he disappointed me. I thought he was going to do some stuff, man. He started getting that mammon, and so he switched over to the mindset of the Roman Party, because it's a mindset. That's why Paul told them folk, present your body. Stop doing all of this. These physical outer apparent things, man. Present you. God wants you a living sacrifice, holy and acceptable. Listen to what he said, which is your reasonable service. Reasonable. I said, dang, Paul went deep. I was reading that, I was like, reasonable service. Wait a minute. Reasonable service is this. Look, this is likened to reasonable service. When you walk into a store, and the person that works there greets you. That's reasonable service. That, they ain't, most people ain't gonna do it, but that's real customer service. That's your reasonable service. What you could do is greet me, because it doesn't cost you anything. That's what he's saying. It doesn't cost you anything to say, good morning, how are you doing today? Or thank you, please come again. Or, whatever. It doesn't cost anything to do that. But people ain't doing that. People ain't doing that because they want it. It's always got to be money. If it ain't, this is what the spirit is. This is what the Leviathan spirit, Satan's spirit. If it doesn't have money involved, I don't want to hear it. That's the spirit of the Antichrist. If no money is in it, I don't want to hear it. That's what people are. That's the days we're living. The days of Noah. That's why God said, when the Nephilim came and went into these women, which is happening now. Look, these women out here, that's why they spending all this money to make their bodies look incredible. These women out here and bodies looking incredible is because these sons of God is about to go. They about to take them as wives. But people don't see it. They don't see what's going on. We don't see. Man, you got to be in the spirit, man, to catch this, what I'm telling you. These women out here, and I don't want to say women, I call them females, okay? Because a woman is virtuous. If you go to Proverbs 31, that's what a woman is. Proverbs 31, Miki is telling you. You can hate on me all you want, but I'm telling you the truth. I love you. Even through your hate, I can still see your heart. And I know your heart. Americans have good hearts. People have good hearts. I don't want to say Americans. I'll say everybody have good hearts. Because God put him inside of you. Look, he put himself in you. Remember, thus saith the Lord. He put his knowledge, wisdom, and understanding of him in everybody that comes from a woman. That's what the Bible say. But it's up to you to harden your heart and not to receive what he's saying to you today. But I know everybody has good hearts. I don't care even in Chicago, how all these killings, and I pray for the family of those who have lost their lives to senseless violence and color on color violence, Negro upon Negro violence,
which is the plan of the enemy. I pray for all of those folks, especially in Chicago, man, because and we man, they get 150 million views on some drill music, and drill music is killing music. Remember, Jesus told him, John 10:10, the thief cometh not but to kill, steal, and to destroy. I am come that ye may have life and have it more abundantly. See, nothing, listen, there is no, I don't, look, because I used to be, I've changed. I used to be a Planet of the Apes. Yeah, I was a gorilla. Yeah, but I've changed, you know. I've changed. I'm talking about 180. Stop saying 362, because that's right back where you started. But I've changed. I'm talking about I've changed. I've 180. 180. I was pop back Satan. I was with him, his crew. Oh my goodness. But once you get a relation, because it's a relationship with God. Remember? Because Cain had a relationship with God. Remember, even after he offered the mediocre offer he did offer, which he didn't give himself. Because remember, see, once you get into the word or even you start letting somebody like myself teach you the word or give you the understanding, because wisdom is the principal thing, but with all thy wisdom you must get an understanding. People stop at wisdom. They think they're wise in their own eyes. That's what these agendas and all of this 2020 and 2030 and agenda 21 and all of these things, they don't understand that it's the understanding, the wisdom. But let me get back to what I was saying about Cain. Cain had a relationship with God, because remember, when God banished him from Eden, the presence, that's what Cain said. You know, I'm going to be out of your presence. How can I live not being in your presence? So he had a relationship with God. But he still, remember, because God told him what was going to happen before it happened. He said, if you don't do what's right, sin lieth at the door. And sin want to overtake you. It wants to control you. And these dudes in Chicago don't understand the same thing. Like, King David was a Negro. He was one of the greatest warriors. He was a Negro Hebrew Israelite, the youngest son of Jesse. That's our lineage, man. That's us. But people don't see it, man. And they say the wrong things about it. Like, man, see, the images are stuck in your head, but you got to get the word in your heart. See, the images are in your head, but the word needs to be in your heart. That's what David said. Thy word have I hid in my heart, that I might not sin against thee. That was my super great grandfather. David, King David. Yes, you can say, man, he don't know what he's talking about. I did my due diligence, my ancestry. I got 4 pages. 4 pages of Negroes and coming from the line of Judah. See, Canaan over there in what y'all consider Africa? No, it was Canaan. It was Canaan, what God said we were going to see. It was Negro land. Yes. Canaan, that was ours. The Hittites and the Jebusites and the Amorites and the Pergasites and the Philistines. God, we were to destroy them. Yes. God said he was going to, remember Abram, which was surnamed Abraham. Abraham was a Negro. Yes. He was a Negro Hebrew. He looked just like me. That was my forefather, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Remember, Isaac was the promise. This is what people don't understand, being a Negro Hebrew Israelite. Remember, Sarai, who was surnamed Sarah, who was Terah's daughter, who was Abraham's father. Listen, Miki give it to you, because I know my lineage. Terah, who was from the line of Shem, Arphaxad, Shalah, Eber, Peleg, Ru, Sarah, Nahor, Terah, Abram, Nahor, and Abram, Nahor, and Haran? No, that's when he went to Haran. What was his brother name?
Abram, Nahor,
Yeah, Haran. Haran was because he was the father of Lot. That was Lot's father. Remember? And Ishka and Milcah, which was his sisters. Remember, Nahor took his brother's daughter as his wife. See, once you do your due diligence and your history, then you'll know who you are. But getting back to who was I at? Abram, because Abram, who was surnamed Abraham, he was a Negro. Remember, because Shem was a Negro. That's where we come from. That line, Shem. Remember, Noah's sons. That's why you got to understand who you are. Abram and Sarai at the time was his wife. Terah took them and Lot, and they went to Canaan. They were going to Canaan, but they stopped in Haran, and that's where Terah died. And Abram, God told Abram to go continue on and go to a land that he was going to show him, and that's where he surnamed him Abraham, because he was going to be a father of many nationalities, which is nations. He was going to be a father of many of them. Okay, but we come direct because we are the promise. Listen, so once Abram, went to Canaan or whatever, remember Sarai, who was barren, she couldn't have any children. She gave Hagar, her handmaid, who was an Egyptian. She was a black woman. She was black. Hold on now. Let me stop. Pump them Ferrari brakes for a second. Sarai, which is your and mine, Negro, Hebrew, Israelite in America. See, I'm Mickey teaching you something. She was a Negro, Sarai. She was a Negro, Hebrew, Israelite, okay? She was our super great grandmother. She was barren, meaning she couldn't have any children, okay? And Abram, God said he was going to make him a father of many nations, but Sarai tried to make it happen by giving Hagar, which was the black woman, an Egyptian, to Abram to be his wife, so she could carry on the lineage by having a son or a seed by him, because that's how they did it back in those days. Like the handmaid was usually given to the man. That's why Jacob was hitting everything. Our grandfather. But Abram listened to his wife, went into her handmaid or servant, the black woman. Listen now, listen. And they conceived Ishmael. Listen. So when Ishmael came, that's where they thought the promise was going to come from. But no, God came to Abram. Remember, he came to Abram and told him, your seed is going to come from your body. And Abram was 100 at the time, 99. He said, man, I'm 100 years old. How am I going to have a kid? Remember? Because we was the promise. The Negro, Hebrew, Israelite. I'm breaking it down, man. The Negro, Hebrew, Israelite in America, we were the promise. We were the same Hebrews that built Egypt. We were the same ones. Listen, so God told Abram that he's going to change his name to Abraham because he was going to be a father of many nations. And he didn't have no kids, but Ishmael. Remember, because Ishmael was from Hagar, the black woman, the Egyptian. Walk like an Egyptian. They were training you. Walk like an Egyptian. Remember that song when we were coming up? I'm a little, seasoned, ripened on the tree than most of these younger folk. You know what I mean? These internet people. I'm seasoned. Remember, walk like an Egyptian. They were training you. They were training you to get ready to take the mark of the beast. Because that's what it's about, the mark of the beast. So, anyway, God told Abraham he was going to make him a father of many nations, that the seed that he was going to continue on, the lineage was going to come from his body, which was going to come from Sarai, who he surnamed Sarah, because she was going to be a mother of many nationalities, right? So, remember, that's when Sarai laughed when she heard him talk about it. This time next year, I'm gonna come back and Sarah will have a son. And she laughed because she was 80 years old. She was 90. She was 90 years old. Yeah, she was 90 years old. And she laughed. And God said, asked Abram, why did she laugh? And remember, Sarah lied and said she didn't laugh. But God said, yes, you did. Because he didn't believe. She didn't believe. So, remember, that's when Isaac, the promise, came. That's us. We come from above. Yes, because she was barren, remember? She couldn't have any children. So, but Abram was thinking in the carnal or the earthly mindset. Remember, he said, when God told him that he was going to be, carry on his lineage and do all that, he's like, Ishmael going to be blessed. Yeah, my blessing's going to come through Ishmael because that's his son. Remember, Ishmael was like, I think he was 13 at the time. You know what I mean? These were some years that went by. Because he was, I think when Abraham had fathered Ishmael through Hagar, he was 86 years old. You know what I'm saying? So 13 years had passed and Abraham was now 99 and Sarah was 90. He was turning 100 and she was 90. And she was talking about having a kid. And God told him, and then he was like, yeah, Ishmael going to be blessed. And God said, no, you're going to have a child through Sarah. And Abraham was like, can Abraham have a kid at 99 years old and Sarah be a mother at 90? And God says, is anything too hard for the Lord? People don't, man. Telling you, man, is anything too hard for God? All you got to do is believe, man. I'm telling you, up to God is good. But let me finish explaining it. I broke it down before, but I'm gonna break it down even deeper. So when he told him that, that's when he destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah. After that, remember, after we came. Remember, we came. Isaac. Remember. And you are to name him Isaac. Remember, God said everything because he knew this is us. Listen, but we running from who we are. We running from who we are by listening to the internet and all of these folks who don't know us. They don't know us. Let us make man in our image, after our likeness. And remember, when God made man, he created him after his image. Because we are the promise. We're created in the image of God. That's why we dominate everything. Negroes, we dominate anything we get involved in. That's why they don't want us in nothing. If whatever we do, we dominate. Because we are from above. Like, no matter what we do, I don't care what it is. They might have some people in different nationalities that do great things, but we are from above. We are conquerors. We are set apart. We are more than what they ever would think or believe according to what is in us. That's what the Bible said. According to the power. I think that's in Ephesians. But they don't tell you this. And Miki came to tell you. That's why I said you can like, subscribe, do all you want on my channel or not. It does not matter. I'm giving you truth. The Negro, Hebrew, Israel. You're not black. Because black is what Sarah gave Abram, a black woman, which was an Egyptian, which is Ishmael's people. Yes, Ishmael would be blessed. Remember, God said, I'm going to bless, because he came from Abraham. When God said, I'm going to bless Ishmael, but he is not, the covenant is with Isaac. Remember, the blacks, see, they begin to, through Cush, that's where the curse came from Noah. Remember when Ham, that's where black people, see, Ishmael, that they the Negro, the Nigerians, the Libyans and all of these black, see, the Ethiopians, and they're black. Like when you see all of these things on, I remember one time, I'm gonna say this and then I'm gonna make a part 3 because it's getting I didn't know I was talking this long, but it's hit 24 minutes. I remember one time I was in I used to go to a synagogue out there in Congress Heights, Southeast DC. And I used to live with the pastor's daughter and her husband, because I was hustling and I was getting money and all this, and then I gave everything up, and I like everything went down. I lost every man. Anyway, I was living with them in the basement. You know, they treated me like Joseph. I was like Joseph, dog. That's why I said, man, I know the truth about these folk. What y'all consider church folk, we are the church, the body of Christ. It's not the building. He's not coming. That's why Jesus said, tear down the temple and I'll rebuild it in 3 days. You are the body of Christ. And at the time, I didn't realize, I was following all what they were talking about too, thinking I'm going to church and all. No, I've been in the church the whole time. Didn't even know it. But I remember one time I was sitting in the living room with her, and we was watching some TV show or whatever, me, her. I think it was just me and her. And a commercial came on, and it was, you know how they got these commercials about Africa, and they showed the kids with the flies in their face and malnutrition with the big stomachs and all that and all this. And I start, you know how you get remorse and compassion? I was like, dang, that's sad. And I said it to myself. I said, dang, that's sad. And she was like, it ain't sad. This is what she said to me. This is the preacher's, the minister's daughter. She said, that ain't sad. Them folks rejected God. And this is what they gonna get. That's what they get. That's what you get when you reject God. The Bible says, I ain't never seen the righteous forsaken nor his seed begging bread. I would never give my money to them folks over there because they don't know God. Those are the people that rejected God. They idol worshipers and all that. And I was like, damn, she cold. She was cold. But she was saying it even worse. She went hard on them. I was like, I didn't understand. But now I understand. But I understood a long time ago after that. But I'm telling you, I understand because when you reject God, this is what you get. That's what you get. You get those things. And they use your compassion to receive the mammon. See, when you have God, you have life. Your life would never be where you got flies in your eyes and all that. No. When you have God, look, I don't want to say never because, okay. See, these tests and everything is see, I want to be right now. I don't want to give you a sense of security, not saying that you won't go through something. You know, because we all go through something. But it's to just to increase your faith. You know what I mean? It's to make you better. You know what I mean? But the situation that they're going through, these black folk, which you're not, Hebrew, Negro, Israelite in America, you're not black. They've rejected God. They're idol worshipers. They're the people over there in Africa. They're sorcerers and witchcraft. They use all of these things that are against God, and God is not with that, man. And you're not a part of that. So when you hold up this Black Lives Matter and do all of this stuff, you are siding with the enemy. You're siding with who you're not. That's not you. You know what I mean? That's why when like what I'm telling you is you must eat my body and drink my blood. And see, when Jesus told them folks that, he lost all. Remember, because Jesus had a whole lot of disciples before he said that. And then once he went out and after the sermon was taught, he went out and them people was like, Jesus, that was too hard of a teaching, man. We can't follow you with that. And then the other ones who were close to him, the 12, he said, would y'all two go also? And remember, Peter spoke up and said, where should we go? Rabboni, teacher, master, Lord of all, you are the one that have the spirit of life. You are the living. You have been sent. You are the Son of God, the only begotten from the Father. And he said, flesh and blood didn't tell you that, Peter. My Father which is heaven revealed that unto you. But then he said this, people, take it further. He said, but one of you that's with me are a devil shall betray me. Man, Jesus was on point, but people don't put it into they don't put it together, man. This is see the Bible is like it's a puzzle. You got to put that junk together, man. And God is a rewarder that to them that diligently seek Him. Is the reward is in the seeking. See, you have to diligently. That means it's a everyday thing. You got to seek God and seek His face. Seek the truth. You know, but we serve mammon. We serve mammon. When you serve mammon, God, you don't want to follow. You don't want to seek God because you put mammon over time. That's why He said, "Give unto Caesar what is Caesar, and give unto God what is God's." So if you giving yourself unto God, the seeking continues. So, Miki, I'm telling you, man, I love, man. I truly love people, especially those, man, my brothers in Chicago. Y'all are my brothers, man. Every Negro, Hebrew, Israelite in America is my brother or my sister. Negro, Hebrew, Israelite, period. If you are a Negro, Hebrew, Israel, you're not black, first of all. You're not black. You're not an Egyptian. Remember, because they thought Moses was an Egyptian. So that means we look like them. Remember, because Moses was taken out of the water. Remember, to draw out, that's his name. To draw out, she named him. Remember, the Egyptian named him. See, y'all got to understand. She named Moses. Remember, Moses' mother was a Hebrew, Negro, Israelite. Remember, his mother was a Negro. But when Pharaoh sent that decree, because the Negroes was populating and they were growing at a rapid rate, Pharaoh's, I decree that all these Negroes be killed. If anybody, remember he told the midwives, if any Negro, Hebrew, Israelite woman birth a male, you kill him. You kill him. You kill him. When he comes out, you kill him. But the Egyptian handmaids, I mean, the midwives they feared God. Remember, the Bible said they feared God. And when Pharaoh saw the men, it was more boys being born. He went to them, well, what is this? Why are these Negro, Hebrew, Israelites being born? And the midwife said, well, these Hebrew women are not like Egyptian women. They vigorous and they quick. When we come, the baby already out. Remember, because Pharaoh wanted them to kill them while they were basically abortion. Hillary Clinton, Joe Biden, Bill Clinton. Abortion. They were the face of Planned Parenthood. That's Pharaoh's decree. Yes. Kamala Harris, all of them behind that. They with abortion. That's abortion. That's the likeness of today, 2020. The same thing. You have to understand who you are. So, but anyway, the midwives feared God, and God blessed them for that. Remember, because they didn't kill them. They wasn't killing the boys. So, that's the same decree that's out now. That's why these Negroes out here is getting killed by the police. It's the same. The decree is out. They after us. Brown people. They're after us. Negroes. That's why I said, man, you got to subscribe to truth. You got to like truth. If you don't like it, you're a part of that. Like if you give negative comments and all that, you're a part of that. You're a part of what Pharaoh decreed. You're a part of that. That's why all these folks that's interviewed DJ Vlad, they a part of that Pharaoh's creed. They pit us against each other. They put Negroes against Negro. He posts all of these what such and such said about what such and such said, and get him to say things about him and get them to turn themselves in, and he the police. I don't care what nobody say. He the police. This Negro is the police, man. He do all his research on negative stuff. You ain't never seen nothing talking about something good. It's the police. That's what it is. Pharaoh's decree. It's the Chicago. When the young boy Duck died. I think it's FBG Duck. Man, I prayed for him, man, because I was praying for him. I pray for Dirk, man, Lil Dirk. I pray for especially King Von. I love these dudes, man, because they my brothers. These are my brothers. Duck was my brother, but you know what I mean? You got to understand, you reap what you sow, man. It's the truth. You reap what you sow, no matter how hard, because I was a gorilla. I was in these streets thinking I was a gorilla. And then once I had my daughter, it changed me, man. I don't know what it did, but it changed my man. I can show you boxing videos. I can show you all types of stuff on me, but I'm not doing that. I ain't tripping. I mean, that's why when my daughter was born, man, it did something in me, man, because I grew up without a father. You know what I mean? And I don't know. It just did something to me. But what I'm saying to you is, you reap what you sow, meaning whatever you put into anything, you're going to get the same out of it. So if you're not doing nothing, you go, nothing from nothing leaves nothing. You got to have something. You know what I'm saying? You got to have some. Like when if you continue to post videos about you drilling, you going to kill somebody, you holding guns and all, it's coming to your door. It's coming to you. The world is a mirror. It's a mirror. God said this. By the hand of another man shall another man be carried out. In other words, if you kill a man by any gun, knife, whatever, same is going to be done unto you. God's word is forever. I mean forever, but I'm at 36. I'm gonna do a part 3. I'll come back. I'm gonna do it right now because I'm in that flow. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna just stop this one and do a part 3 of You Are the Ark. It's Mickey. I love y'all, man. I'm telling you, I love y'all, man. I love y'all. I love y'all. So, get the truth. Subscribe and like and do whatever you want. If you don't, just get the truth, man. I love the truth. All right. I'll be right back.